Здравствуйте, мои друзья! Хочу вам представить сегодня с нами Джейсон Тот. Это барабанщик известной группы, он участвует вместе с ними в гастролях Hadsome family. Hello, Jason. Please tell us about yourself. Where are you from and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago in the United States, and I am a musician living here in France with my wife, Annie. I'm a musician, a drummer, but I do other things too. I do online work supporting other musicians. I teach drums sometimes, and live here in France.
How long have you been in France, and why France?
Yeah, we've been here 6 years. We moved at the end of 2017. And we were first in this area because my wife Annie was doing an artist residency in the Ariège. And afterwards, we rented a car and we're driving around the area. And when we were in Najak, we actually got our car stuck in Najak. And it was an opportunity to take a pause and try to recover from the stress of getting the car unstuck. And we happened to see signs for houses that were for sale in Najak, and that were for less money than we paid in rent in Chicago for an apartment. So then we started to get the idea. We had been thinking of leaving Chicago, and we started to get the idea that maybe we could try to live in France. And that was the beginning of it.
Why Najak?
Why Najak? Yeah, it's we kind of think that a couple ways to answer that. One, I think Najak kind of called us to itself, like it seems for many people that live here. But we also feel like it was providential, like we were meant to be here. It's when we came here, we discovered a life that seemed to have been planned out for us here. That's the best way I can say it. Yeah.
Good. Is it difficult to live in another country?
I think it is a little difficult, but the challenges are good. Like, I think the challenges are exciting and push you in good ways. Like, it's good to learn to think and operate and speak in another language, and it's exciting for us. Like, it's more difficult than life in your home country, but the difficulties are good.
What influenced your decision to pursue music, and how long have you been doing it?
I started playing music when I was 12 or 13 years old, and I just always did it. I don't think there was a point when I decided that that's what I wanted to do as a profession. I just always, it was the thing I most wanted to do, and where I put a lot of time and energy, and I just always did it. And fortunately, I've been able to do it for work, and the opportunities have continued into my adult life.
What influenced your decision to pursue music, and how long have you been doing it?
I started playing music when I was 12 or 13 years old, and I just always did it. I don't think there was a point when I decided that that's what I wanted to do as a profession. I just always, it was the thing I most wanted to do, and where I put a lot of time and energy, and I just always did it. And fortunately, I've been able to do it for work, and the opportunities have continued into my adult life.
I know that your wife is also involved in music, and you do this together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's actually how we met. I started, it was in Chicago. Annie had a band called Singing in the Abbey, and they were looking for a drummer. And I was at a particular concert, I was in the opening band, and I met them and started playing drums with them, and that's how we met.
Many people wonder, is it difficult to become a drummer?
I think, well, I'm a teacher too, and what seems to me is the thing that helps students the best isn't necessarily natural ability, but it's a love of music and a desire to play and figure out how to do the things that sound good to us. And so yeah, difficult, but not impossible. And I think mostly driven by a love for music.
Is it easy to be a musician in France? I mean, do you go on tour often, or how do you make money here?
Well, we both, my wife and I, have to do other things. It's not just playing music, it's doing computer work online. So that supplements our income. But I do feel like it's easier to exist as a musician in France than it is in the United States, because there's more care and support built into the infrastructure. When you do a gig in France, you're fed, you're given a place to stay, and the hospitality is much more thorough than it is in the United States, where you're kind of just left on your own.
You are planning a tour of England in the near future. Tell us what kind of tour it is. Who will you be performing with?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going on tour with a band called the Hadsome Family. They're a husband and wife duo from Albuquerque, New Mexico, that I've been playing with for about 15 years. And our tour in England is, we're going to play lots of cities all over the country for over a couple weeks' time. Big cities like London and Manchester and Brighton and Leeds and Birmingham. And we play, sometimes it's in rock clubs, sometimes it's in art centers, sometimes it's in churches. It's, it's Americana music, something we're looking forward to.
How many cities will visit?
I think there are 15 concerts. Yeah, 15 concerts. There's some in
how many long time?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks, yeah. 15 cities, yeah. We'll be in Ireland for a bit. We'll be in Scotland. There's a show in Wales. So, yeah.
In Scotland,
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Scotland.
Just Glasgow?
Yeah, just Glasgow.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is your French? Many people think that it can be easy learned in this tour.
Yeah, it's okay. I think
okay. How long you on France?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years. And my wife and I think that our French should be much better than it is. The problem is that we talk to each other in English and we work in English, so we don't learn French. Or it's slow.
It's difficult.
Yeah, difficult.
How much money do you think a family with four people amounts need for a normal life in France?
A family with 4 people?
4 people. It's a normal family.
Yeah, normal family. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because I don't have kids, so I don't know. I mean, life in the village. I can't really say.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
how many money is I need for you, for your
for
family?
us. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's. I think we live it's easier to live in the country than it is in the city. Like I don't know France versus the United States, but I do know that in the countryside here, it's a lot easier than in the big city in the United States. Like, everything, restaurants and groceries and the mortgage and everything seems cheaper than in
Okay,
a big city.
how many money need for life in USA? In USA,
In USA,
for
it's
for people, for family, for
yeah.
people.
So it's I don't know. It's relative because it depends if you like a simple life, a very simple life.
Simple. No, not a good life. It's a normal life.
Yeah.
Just normal.
I don't
You-
know. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. It's a complicated thing because it's so subjective. You know. I don't know.
Appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What would you say? Like in France, how much do
For
you
moi,
think? Or just
for
for a
moi-
family
for
of
me,
four? Yeah.
For me, I think it's 2,500 euro minimum
A month.
a month.
A month. 2,500 euro minimum a month.
I think it's minimum.
Yeah. I think
For 4 person.
for four person. Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it seems to me that there are like I know French musicians that live very comfortably on less. It's like an art form of simple living, and I don't know. I think that the French people living here they're very they live very beautiful lives on less money than in the United States. It's a way of life. It's hard to say. It's hard to articulate what I mean to say, but it's easier to live simply
And France?
in rural France than it is in the United States,
Yes.
or than in the city in the United States. France than Ukraine?
Yes.
Yeah, it
more
is. It is more
And
expensive.
In Ukrainian, it's 4 person. 4 person.
Yeah, 4%. Yeah,
4 person это normal. 1,000.
wow. Okay.
Symbol.
Yeah,
It's a normal week. 1,000.
yeah. Okay.
Like plus c'est mieux.
Right.
C'est better.
Okay. Yeah.
En France, non, c'est pas possible.
You know what I could have mentioned, a big difference between France and the United States is health insurance. The fact that there's free healthcare in France is a really big deal because people in the United States spend a lot of money on. Yeah, sometimes you get healthcare with your job, but if you don't, and you have to pay for it, it's an extra expense that.
For you, but live ici,
Mhm.
en France, or USA? For you.
Better right now. It's better here.
Ici?
When I was 30 years old, and it was great to be in a big city, Grandville.
Quand tu young.
Yeah.
But
the big city.
big city.
The big city is good when you're
You say
young,
aussi,
but now in my 40s, like life in France is great. It suits us well. The pace of it.
Slowly, easy,
Yeah.
no stress.
We go hiking in the hills. It's very beautiful. The surrounding area is very beautiful. The people are very warm and welcoming.
And you say
It's good.
aussi, en français aussi, a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Many beautiful places.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of beautiful places in the United States. But if you're living in a big city, you're separated from that, which big city has its advantages. For our 40s, it's great to be closer.
Big
Yeah.
building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And finally, in our interview, I wanted to ask you how you see your life in 10 years.
Wow. I think that I will still be here in 10 years living in Najak. Hopefully I'm still playing music. But my wife and I both kind of feel like there's something else coming that we're not too sure what it is. Maybe someplace beyond France doing something besides playing music. We're not too sure what that is, but yeah, maybe something different might be coming upon us in 10 years' time.
Okay.
Okay.
Merci.
Yeah, with pleasure.
Thank you.